want you to picture the marquee outside the venue as you're walking down the street. You stop, look up to admire it, and for years, your name was the small print. You were the opening act, and also featuring in letters you needed to squint to read. You played the early slot to a half-empty room while everybody was still in the parking lot. Yet you still kept showing up. You kept tooting your horn, so to speak. You learned the room, you learned the city, and you learned every venue in town better than the people who actually booked them. And today, that same marquee now has your name at the top. Big, bright lights. Because remember, now you're the headliner. And it's not because you asked to be the headliner, but it's because you earned the right to be. Because the city finally figured out you were the one worth showing up for. Now, that's where we are today. Stage 4 of the real estate roadmap, and you are now headlining. And I've got a story about a marquee with my own name on it I'll share here in just a few minutes. But right now, I want to welcome everybody to the RockStar Real Estate Roadmap podcast. It's the conversation for real estate agents who want more than just survival in this business. This is more than just production numbers. It's a show about the real journey every agent takes. My name is Rick Raanes. I'm a 22-year agent. I'm a top 2% producer and founder of the RockStar Group here in Texas. And every week on this show, I'm going to share real stories, real journeys, and the framework I call the roadmap. It's the 6 stages where every agent goes through from getting your real estate license to leaving a legacy. So let's dig into it. Now, I want to welcome you to episode 10, and I want to start with something personal because it's the reason for this whole episode. A little while back, I got named market mayor for a company called Living In. Now, mayor, that word stopped me because I didn't run for anything. There was no ballot, and nobody voted for me in a voting booth. So the more I sat with it, the more I realized, well, that's exactly the point. You don't campaign your way into being the voice of your market. You earn it. One block at a time, one client at a time, and one story at a time until somebody finally puts a title on the thing that you've been doing for many, many years. So today I want to do 3 things. Number 1, I want to tell you what stage 4 really means. Number 2, I want to tell you what living in is and what a market mayor is, because I think it's pointing at the future of the real estate business. And 3, I want to show you how you become the headliner in your own market, whether anybody's handing you a title yet or not. So let's dig into segment 1. This is you are now headlining and what this actually means. Here's the trap most agents fall into. They think the goal is to sell more houses. There's more transactions, more volume, more GCI, and listen, production matters. Remember, I'm a 2% producer, and I'm not going to stand here and tell you the numbers don't count. But selling homes is what an opening act does. You'll find that you're good, you're competent, and you know how to move units. But there are 100 agents in your market that can do exactly that. Headlining is completely different. You see, headlining is when you stop being one of the agents in the market and you become the agent of the market. People seek you out. They want to meet the mayor of the town. They want to ask the questions to someone that they feel is knowledgeable and confident. So think about a real headliner. A headliner doesn't just play more shows than the opening act. The headliner is the reason the room is full. People bought tickets to see them. The venue puts their name on the marquee because that's the name that sells the seats. Stage 4 is when your name does the selling before you ever have to say a word. And here's the part that most people won't tell you. That authority is not built on listings. It's built on knowing the streets, knowing which cul-de-sacs flood and which ones don't, knowing the school boundaries before the district announces them. You need to know the restaurants that are about to blow up and the ones that are about to close down because you know the story of the town. The agent who knows every block is more valuable than the agent who just listed a home around the corner. One may sell a home, the other one is actually selling the market. So segment 2 is what living is and what a market mayor really is. So let me tell you about living in, because when I understood what they're building, the title finally made sense to me. Living In is the new media company, and their whole idea is to redefine what it means to be connected to the place that we all call home. The mayor will sit right at the intersection of local real estate and community storytelling while building a platform where neighborhoods come alive and the people who make a community great actually get the spotlight. And the way a mayor sees the community, it comes down to 3 groups. First, the market mayor itself. Well, that's me. That's the role. Market mayors are the trusted, on-the-ground agents who don't just sell homes. They know the markets. They understand the streets, the schools, the best of the community industries. They know the way a neighborhood shifts over time better than anyone. And Living In elevates these agents as the authoritative voice of their communities. You see, they give you media, reach, and a credibility that go way beyond just sharing a listing. The second piece is the MVP. This is called Market Vendor Partners. These are the local business owners. They're the heartbeat of the community. This is the restaurant owner who's been on that corner for 20 years. It's the contractor that everybody calls. It's the boutique that defines the block. Living In connects them to the community that they already serve. And third, the members are the actual residents. These are the people rooting and investing in a community. They come to discover and to decide and to make it a place to belong for everyone. And here's the line that got me. Living In believes that the agent who knows every block, the shop owner who knows every face, and the neighbor who knows every story together, they're more powerful than any internet algorithm. As somebody who's watched this industry hand over its relationships over to portals and lead gen and a search bar for 2 decades, that hit me in the chest because it's true. Local still matters. The human who knows the place will always beat the software that just indexes it. So being named a market mayor isn't a badge for selling the most houses. It's recognition that you are the local authority. And that's the stage 4 title if I've ever heard one. So here's my RockStar moment. And I want to give you an idea of what actually happened to me several years ago and why this becomes a super important piece of the story for me and the Living In brand. So I want to tell you a little story. Probably 20 years ago, I was driving from Houston, Texas to South Mississippi after Hurricane Katrina. And I was on my way to go visit family and kind of help and support some of the cleanup efforts of the communities in the coast. And so on the drive over, traffic was really busy as usual. Just the whole I-10 corridor was really heavy at that time. And I just really had a big desire for a shrimp po' boy. So while I got to Lafayette, I started looking for shrimp po' boys in the New Orleans area, and I found one picture that I really liked. And so I clicked on it. It took me to an Instagram account where I sent a direct message to the guy who posted that image, and I asked if that place, the restaurant, was still open and if the po' boy was any good. And I quickly got a response that basically said, "Hey, yeah, homie, I've been there recently. The food's great. You'll love it. And by the way, my name is Anthony, and I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams here in the New Orleans area. And if you need anything, let me know." So I quickly responded back, "Hey, my name is Rick. I'm also a realtor with Keller Williams in the Woodlands. I'd love to connect a little bit more and see what you got going on and learn about all the different things that were happening in New Orleans at that time after the storm." So that conversation turned into a spot. We got our shrimp po' boy and got back on the road back to Mississippi. But Anthony and I became friends for many years since then. And so for 2 decades, we've stayed in touch with each other. And we finally have an opportunity to put something together for the Living In brand. And it's interesting how that one meetup is kind of the basis for what the Living In brand is all about. Anyway, I want to share that with you because that's a great way to find and meet people, is just by getting online and searching for things that you might want to take a part of, and go restaurants you want to eat at or vendors that you want to talk to. And for the people that are doing that at a really high level, they become the connectors. So that's my little story about how Living In got connected with me all these years later. And that's the thing about headlining. It never feels like a finish line. It feels like the city finally said out loud what you've been working toward in the quiet for years. Now, if you've been at this a while, you've got the years invested in the business. You know your market cold, and you are the person people call. Then this next part is for you specifically, because I want to talk about what comes next, and I want to point you towards something really special. And here's something that I had to learn. Knowing your market and being known for it are 2 completely different things. You can be the most knowledgeable agent in your whole city, but if that knowledge only lives in your head and shows up at the closing table, the market never actually feels your authority. And the authority nobody can see isn't doing much for you. The headliner doesn't just play well. The headliner has a stage, a marquee, and a microphone, and they play. They actually create content sharing the love of the community, and then that love is absorbed by the viewer, and the mayor becomes the loved one. And for most of my career, agents like us, well, we really didn't have that. We had a brokerage logo, a yard sign, and whatever we could cobble together on social media. And we were doing the work of a local authority with no platform to actually broadcast it. And recently, the noise of social media has become so loud that people are actually turned off. And that's exactly what pulled me towards Living In, because what they give a market mayor isn't just another lead source, it's media reach, it's real credibility that goes beyond the listing. It's the big sign. Living elevates you in your community. We talk about the MVPs, the local business owners who are the heartbeat of the neighborhood, and the members, they're actually the residents who live in the community. So stop being a face on a bench ad, become the voice of the community. And here's my honest encouragement to each of you. If you're in stage 4, if you've earned the right to headline, go take a serious look at Living In and see if the market mayor role is open in your market. You bring the years, the market knowledge, the relationships, the reputation. Living In brings it to the stage to put it all together. Put those two together, and that's the market mayor. Because here's the reality. Somebody is going to be the market mayor of your town. And the only question is whether it's the agent who knows it best or just the first one who raises their hand. And if that should be you, don't wait around. Go find out. That's the move at this stage. See, you've built the knowledge, you get on a stage big enough to broadcast it. So here's your homework. This week, I want you to ask yourself one question. Am I selling my market, or do I actually know my market? Because one makes you an agent, the other one makes you the mayor. And if you want to know exactly where you are in this journey, which of the 6 stages you're standing in right now, I built a free quiz for you to take. Find your Rockstar stage, take a free quiz at rockstarroadmap.com/quiz, because everything I do lives in one place, the rockstarroadmap.com. That's the rockstarroadmap.com. And if this one hit home, do me a favor, share it with an agent who's ready to stop being the opening act and becoming the headliner. Again, my name is Rick Raanes. Go headline your market, and I'll see you on the next one. Remember, as always, let's prosper together.